We're back on Born Before 64, and I've gotten to know Cary Robinson pretty well. He looks just like my son. He's so cute. And you like that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You like that. I want you to know, why do you wear your hat all the time?
It's just part of the
It's part of your, and really, I haven't seen your cigar, so it was really funny when I first saw your picture and I asked you to send it to me. You said it's part of my mouth. And I said, really? I said, and so when I saw you in person yesterday, I went, you look like my Jeffrey. And you saw Jeffrey and you saw his dog, because Jeffrey's always with the dogs. And it was really sad. I have to tell you the little story about Jeff and his two wonderful Labradors. They were with him, I think 13 years, 14 years, and they were the sweetest dogs in the whole world. And one of them they had to put down, and then the other one got really, really ill with cancer. And while Jeff was on a trip, the dog passed away. And so he was coming home. He came home, and Tammy couldn't move him. She couldn't do it, my daughter-in-law. And Jeff cried for 3 days after that. I mean, this dog was just so part of his life. And his daughter, his two daughters, they were all part of it. And so he knew that our granddaughter was going to school, and he went and got another rescue dog. He couldn't live without. And so you saw the rescue dog.
Yeah, I saw him.
And so it's just been part of my family situation. Now, how many dogs and cats do you have?
I currently have 2 dogs. They're both rescues, and my wife has forbid me to bring a 3rd dog home again, so I'm not going to.
She forbid you?
Pretty much.
Do they live with you at work?
They live with me in the house. Every morning I pack them up on my pickup truck, take them to work, and then I bring them home.
So she's fine with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, dogs take a lot of work, don't they? I mean, you have to really love them and take care of them, right? So tell me some of the things that you do for charity.
I sit on the board of a charitable foundation. I am a youth group advisor. I volunteer at BARK, which is the city pound. I volunteer for RPM, which is Rescue Pets Movement. I know I do some other stuff, but I can't remember them all now.
Do you do a major fundraiser for these guys? Or do you work on fundraisers for them?
I kind of work behind the scenes, raising money for them.
Right.
And, I promote them on social media, and I do a lot of stuff kind of behind the scenes. I'm not a real social person.
You're not?
I know you wouldn't believe that, but it's true.
It's really true, because he's such a sweetie. I used to do all the big events. This is the reason why I'm telling you this. The big events were, we even had Mark Schott come to one, and we sold out. We do auctions every year, and I give away plane tickets, and we raise around $55,000 for one event.
Awesome.
One year, and this is just an idea for your rescues, we did out on a boat. We had about 88 people, and we took an Australian murder mystery, and we had characters, and we played it. It was so fun. I like those rock and roll things that you could do. And, wouldn't a rock concert be really cool to do, or country western?
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome.
Would you like to do that?
I would do that.
All right, and I would help you.
Okay.
Is that a good deal?
Done deal.
Okay, that's a deal. Well, those are the kind of things I think people like to do for pets, because it gets them involved in the actual event, right? And I'm trying to think of the wildest thing that I've ever done for a nonprofit, and I do pretty wild things, right?
This is a family show, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Not weird stuff.
Okay, all right.
I don't do weird stuff. Come on.
I was just
Give me a
joking. I was
break
just
here,
joking,
Cary.
just joking.
So now you've got a 3rd book in the making. Am I correct? So let's talk about the first 2 books for a minute.
Okay.
Tell people a little bit about Dudley, the character, how he became a detective.
Dudley was rescued in book number 1 from the SPCA. That's this one here.
Right.
And actually, this one here. And it just so happened that some of the characters in the book, they liked going to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and they have concerts there. And right before one of the big concerts, a musician ended up going missing, and they couldn't find him.
Really?
It's true. Well,
I know, I read it.
Not really true, but...
But yeah, we know.
Yeah. And so a detective asked a friend of the guy in the book who owned Dudley...
what was his name?
His name was Careless.
Careless. That's after you.
Yeah, it's a one word name, and anyway, they became involved, and they found out they were good at it, and Dudley ended up tracking down the musician that had been kidnapped.
Well, and they use dogs all the time to find different things, to find people, to go into war. I mean, they have been unbelievable in some of the wars that we've had overseas and whatever. So tell me a little bit about he as Dudley. What was he like?
He was very handsome.
Yes, like you.
Like me,
Yeah,
and like
right,
your son.
Right.
He had beautiful eyes. He was very friendly, but he always made noise. He always spoke. When he would come up to you, he'd rub up against you, and he would just constantly make all kinds of weird noises. They're funny, and people loved him. He loved women that were blonde. I don't know why.
He would have loved me then, right?
He would have. You may not have liked it, but he would have.
Well, I love dogs.
Okay. And
so that's the difference.
Go
ahead.
He would come sit in your lap. Like if you sat on the sofa, he'd come sit on you, and he'd press himself up against you. If you try to push him off, he would push even harder. He did not want to be separated from you.
Oh, so that was really that had to be very tough. Did you have to put him down, Cary? I had to do that many years ago, and we had two. Well, first of all, we lived in England for a while, and we had two cats that were British Shorthairs, and one passed away, but the other one, that's the one I had to put down. It took me 3 days of not crying with my daughter, because they become part and parcel of your family. They're another member of your family, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what makes it tough.
I cried for weeks in the shower. I never told my wife about it, so I hope she doesn't watch this, because I'm not a wussy boy, but
no, it's not being wussy.
It just it broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, here's the thing. Like I just got done saying, it's a member of your family,
right? And
I mean, they know when there's danger. They protect you. They are part and parcel of everything that you do. And that's the cool thing about my son Jeff. He knew that when his daughter, our granddaughter, was going to Boise State, he had to have that companion, because without that companion, he would have gone crazy with my granddaughter leaving. He's an empty nester now.
Right.
But with this really sweet dog, and I have to tell you a little bit about the dog because it's so cute. Our wonderful little, the youngest of our grandchildren, her name is Cassie. She adores dogs. I mean, she'll stop on the street and she will come up and touch that dog or whatever, and they just seem to love her. But one of the things that I want to do is give our website so you can be able to see this, and that is Born Before 64. That's BORN, the initial B, the number 4, the number 64.com. Give your websites because we have to take a break.
www.thedudleyfiles.com.
And so go to dudleyfiles.com and you can read everything about Cary and everything, and also you can order the books.
You can.
Okay, we'll be right back on Kathryn Raaker's Born Before 64 with Cary Robinson right after these messages.